Hello, booze. Welcome to another episode of Blended Views Unfiltered. This is me, Big Mama, aka Big Mama. These are my backup dancers, Dirty Dre and you wasn't here when I was giving out nicknames. Dirty Dre.
My name ain't Dirty Dre.
Yes, it is, boo. We talked about this on the show.
Meat Lord. Let's hear you say it.
Hear who say it?
It sounded really nice when you gave me the name. So just
I didn't give you that name.
Say it.
No, I didn't.
Come on,
What?
say it. Yeah.
Dang, I've been missing.
I didn't get.
She gave me the name. Sile, say it.
How would she know?
I don't know, for one.
Sile.
Two, stop calling me. Two, I did not say that. We was at the gym one day. I said something, and he was like, "Did you just say Meat Lord?" And I was like, "No, yes, you did. You called me Meat Lord."
And after she said Meat Lord, she got down in the pose, in the stance.
What's the stand?
What stance?
Show him.
Does it count on fours?
Oh, she on all fours, yeah.
Ooh.
I tell you, that arch was arching.
Not arches,
That joint
arching.
fire.
No, pause. Wait a minute.
She got down after she said Meat Lord. Call me Meat
Assume
Lord.
position.
Wait a
She
minute.
did.
Assume.
No.
At the gym,
Wait a minute.
At the
Wait a
gym,
minute.
were you doing crunches or something?
4 a.m.
Were you doing
Ready
leg
to go.
raises? One.
No,
two.
ain't no leg raises, nothing.
Oh
Had her knees on the pad already too.
no.
Yep.
Lou had me doing some exercise. I don't even remember what it was.
So you said this and you were on all fours?
I never said Meat Lord. I never said that. I don't even know what I said.
Meat
He was
Lord is what you said. This has been established. I accepted the name. I appreciate it.
Dang, that's unfortunate.
Why would I call you that?
I'm trying to figure out how you would know.
I don't know. Why would I call you that?
I mean, Lord is
Reputation.
that's really up high.
What?
The reputation, I guess.
That's really up high to be like a meat lord.
It's like feeling it without feeling it.
It's like,
Just-
dang, that's
right.
Phantom.
That's powerful.
It's
This
like
is
I almost
insane.
said something I wasn't supposed to say. It's like Phantom. It's like a phantom. You know, like when somebody got their arm chopped off and they could still feel
The
it.
phantom limb.
Yeah, yeah.
Joking. No disrespect to the
Oh, my
to the
bad.
phantom limbs out there.
Right. It's like that.
I can't
Or
believe
like
you're carrying on.
Paranormal Activity. You know, like what's the one with Marlon Wayans and he was sleeping with the ghosts and stuff?
I know
like
what you're
that.
talking about. I can't think of it though. It was like a knockoff of a Scream or
Of
whatever.
Scream and
Yeah, I can't-
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
So can you tell me your version of the story?
I did.
Start
I
over.
did.
Cut
Start
that
over.
phone off.
Start over. Start over. Tell me again. I'm
You
gonna be
didn't give
quiet.
Kanisha her name.
I was trying to think of one before you started talking foolish.
Shoot.
What's something with a K?
Kinky Kanisha.
Hey, booze. Welcome to another episode of Blended Views Unfiltered. It's me, Big Mama, and my backup dancers, Dirty Dre,
Meat
Kiki
Lord.
Kanisha.
Kiki.
Say hi, booze.
Meat Lord. How you gonna give yourself a
A
big
regular
mama?
name.
Yeah, Big Mama.
That's my name. I didn't give myself that. It's been my name for a
Wait,
while.
what the front door? What have I done? You know what? We're not gonna answer that question.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
I knew you was where you was going with that. We're not going to answer it.
We're not gonna answer that.
You know the answer to that.
You
Say
know.
hi, booze, to the people.
Meat Lord here. It's good.
Oh my God,
Yup. What's up, y'all?
friend, that's a little mannish.
What?
That's a little mannish.
What's up, y'all?
How was you gals this weekend?
Shoot.
It was actually really good. I spent time with my kiddos. We were just kicking it all weekend. We were chilling, except for the fight. Watched the fight.
Wow, I watched it too.
Did you?
Yeah,
You were drunk. What happened? Who won?
Javante.
Who?
Javante.
Nope.
Yes, he did. Yeah, huh? I watched it in the 7th round because he hit him with a pow right here.
You watched
And
the
it was-
highlights?
Kidney.
No, I really watched it because he knocked him down before in
In
like
what
the
round?
2nd or 3rd round or something like that.
okay.
And then he hit him with I think it was like a kidney or something in that area because it was a delayed fall down.
Right.
Liver.
Yep. Okay, whatever.
Well, I'm be honest
No,
with
we
you.
watched
I
it.
did not watch it. I did watch the highlights.
My cousin ordered it when he came over.
Well, I seen that little video, that little picture they put, and they were both in their underwear. Did y'all see that? There was, before the fight, how
The weigh-in?
they had the weigh-in. They were both in their underwear. Well, the one picture it showed like the dude definitely had a penis, and then the other one, and the way his was sitting, it looked like a vagina.
Which one are we talking about? Who had
With
the
the
vagina?
one that lost
Ryan.
had the vagina.
He seems like a nice guy. He thanked the Lord at the end.
'Cause
That
he
was
got beat.
beautiful.
Well, you got to
I feel like he would have did that if he would have
I
won.
don't know. I don't know.
Whatever.
You
How
get
was your
beat.
weekend?
Well,
We already got our little preview.
I'm so sorry. I regret to inform that I was with family. Uncle passed away. I learned a lot this weekend, and we're gonna leave it at that.
Condolences to
Thank you.
Kanisha's family.
Thank you. Yes. We're gonna do great. We're gonna be great. We're gonna do better. Wash ourselves.
What do you mean?
Sometimes, you discover new family, and they weren't taught by the grandmother that taught you
About
washing.
hygiene?
Correct. But I still love all of them,
That's good.
even the new ones.
The new what?
The new ones, the additives, the ones that are not of pure blood.
All right. So we just go
Y'all are jokes with legs. Like y'all are walking jokes.
Well,
Oh my gosh. Joke 1 and joke 2. Joke senior and joke junior.
it's just a play for words. That's all.
oh my God.
Just jump in, Sile.
Into what?
Into the joke.
No.
I got a question for you, lady. So
Don't ask us no foolishness.
This is about to be.
this is actually, and I'm just now thinking about this. It's been a while since
It's gonna be
this
some
has happened.
No, don't.
Literally, I need to be the one in the middle because Chocolate City's Angels are back once again. It's been a while. It's been at least 8-9 months since it's been just us three.
I say something.
For those of you who don't know, we had an episode a long while ago, and I presented these individuals with a proposal to join in this group economic type joint, which literally kind of led to polygamy. And they both agreed live on the podcast to do this. All right. I believe the roles were dishes and kids, right? You like kids, and you cut grass. You cook a little
That
bit.
sounded real manly.
You chose.
You're right. I like to cut the grass.
You chose. So I mean,
Unless I hire somebody to do it.
and these individuals agreed. So this is Chocolate City's Angels right here. Me being, of course, Chocolate City. Welcome to our show. How's it been since you guys have been a part of the colony?
Kiss my chocolatey ass. Let's start there
Right.
with the colony.
Start there.
That's what you can do.
Right. Start there.
Because what?
I haven't felt the benefit.
Have you been doing your part?
First of all, there has to be a house established.
Well, listen,
She said she ain't had no grass to cut.
Right.
she has.
You ain't right. Lawn.
My man,
It's
my man.
edges.
Hey, my man wouldn't mind. My man Nick, my man Nick got the landscaping company. He just said she been waiting all season to get that joint cut.
He's going to get to you. He's a busy
he
guy
coming.
with customers and a business.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
I support my friends.
Did you pay him? Did you pay him in full last year? Because if you ain't pay him in full last year, I
You
see
have an
why he ain't
outstanding
coming.
balance, ma'am.
Did you pay him on time all last year?
One time. I forgot one time. But as soon as he reminded me, boom,
How many times did he have to remind you?
once.
All right.
Because you could say at least it was a week apart because it was Monday to Monday. He
Okay.
cut it on a Friday. So it was really only 3 days.
All right. Sounds good.
That's good stuff.
Anyways, to my angels. Are you
You bought another woman a house, and it does not.
So you ladies, let me ask y'all something. Being single, how do you guys fulfill your loneliness? Well, you shouldn't be an alcoholic and drink it so fast, and you would have your drink.
Wait, why did my eyes stretch open?
Nobody told you to down it that fast. You could have drunk it slowly.
I had to put my teeth in.
Gotta stop. She has Invisalign, guys. She does have all of her natural teeth.
It's Invisalign?
How you got
What
a
have you been
product in your
saying?
mouth and you
Dude,
don't even know?
I thought it was Invisalign.
So, question.
It is an IGN. My bad. Dang. Keep going. You learn something new every day.
You've been walking around saying I have Invisalign in my mouth.
Nobody corrected you?
I'm scared of you. That you are that bold to outwardly say wrong words like that.
Listen, to be honest with you, I had my own dictionary when I was in school.
I can't tell, friend.
That you
It's
made
called
up.
the conditionary.
I hate it here so bad.
I'm telling y'all, I had words like monkey tail, Cletus.
Cletus.
Shot
That's
John.
not your word. though.
Cletus is my dad's dog's name.
Well, when you
Cletus
go to
came from the
Ursuline,
clumps.
when you go to Ursuline, it's your word.
Why?
What did Cletus mean to you from your word?
It's exactly it's a name. That means you come to me. Whatever I tell you to do when I say Cletus.
Excuse me?
Whatever I tell you, whatever I'm saying, just know that that's your name. If I'm referring to you and I say Cletus, yes, I'm talking to you.
How does one know that they are a Cletus?
Eye contact.
Man,
So
what?
if you were to look at me and say,
Cletus, I'm talking to you.
And that means come.
No, that means whatever. That means pay attention to whatever I'm telling you about.
Yo.
We gotta do better. All right,
you have to do better?
you're probably right.
All right, what do you want?
Go ahead.
I might as well just let y'all have this one. I mean,
What?
what was you about to say?
Nothing.
So, okay. Your, I don't even remember what my question was. The exact thing that I said. I know it revolved around loneliness.
How do we? Yeah, you said something like.
Do you date based upon your loneliness? Or do you date to fulfill a void of your loneliness?
I usually date to go get something to eat. I'd be hungry sometimes. I'd be like, oh, free meal.
So you one of those?
Nah, I'm just playing.
No, you ain't.
You're right. I'm not.
When's the last? What's the last date you went on?
Oh, it's been a long time.
Define a long time.
November.
All
That's
right.
a minute.
It's kind of a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You've been steady though with somebody. Is that why?
No.
Oh.
I've been being alone.
How's that been for you?
I'm so sick of being lonely every night while my man
Kind of giving me
goes
some
out.
time to, I think a lot. A whole lot. I don't know. It's just been. I've been in school and taking care of little man. So it's just other things have been getting done.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that it wouldn't if I was dating, but I'm just being patient with the process.
And how's this process going?
Still lonely. So they like.
What do you do to curb your loneliness? You know, if you're saying, what do you do to curb your appetite? What do you do to curb your loneliness?
Call of Duty.
So you're a gamer?
Yes.
Okay. That's it?
What's your gamer tag? Is that a thing?
It's 10 can do _
No, don't tell
11.
me. Tell them because I don't. play
Oh,
games.
10 can do _ 11.
That's it. That's all you do is just game to curb your.
Spend time with family, little man, homework, anything to keep me distracted. Not anything, but I just stay focused.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least I try to.
What happens when you don't try? What happens when you?
Oh, I struggle a little bit.
With? With?
The loneliness.
What about the loneliness, though? What about the loneliness do you struggle with?
I mean, I guess the typical stuff.
Like?
Being alone.
So, you know, I could go down this rabbit hole if you want
I know.
to. So, I mean, just give us a real answer. Tell the people.
No, Oprah.
What do you...
It's being alone.
Are you hiding something?
No.
You don't want to share?
Correct.
Just say that.
Well,
Call it deuce. Just say that.
I just said that.
You don't want to share. Why don't you want to share with the people? That's what this is about. We're supposed to be explaining.
No, we
ourselves.
ain't interviewing me, Oprah. Okay.
We coming to the next angel next.
Ooh, friend. Why am I always first? Because then she's able to.
Well, you can jump in at any point.
Because
in time.
this is what happens.
Okay.
I go and give up all of the goods, and then she's able to be sophisticatedly structure her questions, answers very well.
I don't structure anything. I just answered them.
She structures it very well because I didn't blabbed.
All right. Sile.
What?
Same question to you.
What?
Hold it.
You really gotta pee.
Clench harder. Work on your
Man, you
kegels.
should not have drunk that like that.
So,
I've been drinking water all day
what do you do to what was the first question?
to curb my loneliness.
To
That was
curb
the second
my
one. The first
loneliness.
one was, do you date but based upon your loneliness?
Right.
No, I haven't been on a date in a long time. Like
Define a long
top of the
time.
year, around that area.
Oh, January.
This year.
Yeah,
Okay. So she's more recent than you.
She is.
I did go on a
Okay.
date.
How was the date?
The date itself was good. We went to get some food and we went to see a movie, and yeah,
That's beautiful.
okay,
And yeah, what?
that was the date.
Oh, okay.
I went back home.
He trying to say that your and yeah means something else.
Oh,
Let me gauge in with the people. What camera are we? Not a damn thing else. Food, movie, home.
Did you pay or he
separate
paid?
homes? I didn't pay for a thing. What?
Oh, I'm different.
If you ask me out on a date, I'm not
Correct.
paying for a thing.
Right.
I was asked on a date. I didn't pay for a thing.
Right.
Would you have?
Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have seen anything wrong with that? You wouldn't have held it against him?
How would that even come about? Like, what was the conversation?
Like, you know, however long, I don't know if he picked you up.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe on the way there, he was just like, yo, you know, we're going Dutch.
That's not a date.
It's an immediate turnoff. Then it's not a date.
Why
Like,
is it a
she's-
turnoff?
Because if you're asking me on a date, you're asking me to hang out. He made these plans. He asked me to hang out. He asked me to do these things. I just feel like in my own world, and that's vice versa. If I ask you to do whatever, that means like I got it. Like if I ask you to whatever, I'm gonna foot this. You're asking me to do this.
That's right.
Why am I paying for my own stuff?
Correct. I'm the
And
same
it's
way.
a first date per se. Like what?
I'm the same way.
No,
If you ask me,
but I'm always prepared to pay for my own self. Like I don't go anywhere without money, and that's outside of a date. Like I don't go anywhere without my own money. Like so, I was prepared to pay for myself if need be. But like,
Have you ever had somebody do the oh, I forgot my wallet.
Yes.
I have not.
Yes, I have. 100%.
How did that go?
It didn't.
What you mean it didn't?
I paid for that bill because I paid for my bill.
So when you become an alcoholic, you have to use the bathroom a lot. You end up having to run off
To go use the bathroom.
to go use the bathroom,
Right.
just like this joker did. So this bill, you paid for it. Did you ever talk to him after that?
Not really.
So you did.
I did. I understand some stuff, but it was just to offer my own form of the effect of me having to pay for my bill.
Like, this is why I'm acting like this now.
I didn't act funny. I just
Okay.
told him very.
So did y'all go on
bluntly.
another date?
No,
Did y'all hang out again?
no.
Did y'all continue to talk?
He texted me for about a week.
And then it just fizzled away
Correct.
because of that.
Mainly, yeah.
Now, did he really forget his wallet, or he just didn't have no money?
I think he didn't have any money.
Okay.
He had misplaced funds.
and decided to just go on a date. So, woman's perspective,
Mm-hmm.
if that happens, and of course, a guy isn't going to tell you that if it's like a first date type joint.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have rather him change the date,
Yes.
like either change the day of the date or change whatever it was that you guys had planned?
I would have rather he changed the day until, on a day that he actually had the appropriate funds to do what he had planned.
So what if he changed the activity versus the day?
If he would have changed the activity and maybe changed it into like a picnic,
Yeah.
he brought, boo boo bring my basket, then I might have would have been okay. Hey boo boo, bring me the picnic basket, the picnic basket. I'd have been okay.
Boo boo, bring my basket.
Right. I'd have been okay, But dude, he didn't do that.
Okay.
He didn't improvise. He wasn't smooth about it. So
Would you go on a date with a friend?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a friend, right? Would you go on a date with a friend? Let's say he's single, you single,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, yo, I feel like going on a date. Let's just go on a date.
yeah, I've done that.
And it's not
before.
like there's no strings attached. Y'all just going to have a good time. Now it could be either, like a legit like, yo, get dressed up like we stepping out
Right,
type joint,
right.
or it could be just like a normal like, even though Top Golf can be a hangout,
It can be
it can also be a date.
correct.
So you would do that?
Yes,
Okay.
I would. I've done that before.
Have you? How did
I
that go?
have. It was great. We be chilling, We literally just be chilling.
Oh, so this currently goes on.
It has. It has. That's not a date though. I don't consider it a date
hold
though.
on. See, the beautiful thing, as you know about me, is
Recording.
I
Right.
catch-
I get it. I
catch
understand.
words.
So catch my words. You ready? I got it. Let me
Okay.
fix it before we go there. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. We're friends. We decide to go out at the same time. But he has not ever said, let's go out on a date. But I would do it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So you actively do this now. Mm-hmm. He just hasn't structured it as.
A date. Especially since we take turns paying for things.
What does that have anything to do with it, though?
Well, because like I said, as we previously stated,
If it's a date, then.
if it's a date, but see, that's what I say he hasn't said it's a date.
But if you guys are already doing this,
right.
then why does it have to be? Why does it have to come down to, well, if he's paying, then it constitutes as a date?
Well, if he asks me to do something, I guess we just have the relationship established as friends. So since we're friends,
Yeah.
and they be like, hey, you want to go get something to eat? All right, let's go.
Okay.
Then we just go. And if he gets the bill, then he pays for it. And if I get the bill, then I pay for it.
Yeah.
It just be like that.
Okay.
So it's not really, even if he does ask, but that's because we friends.
Right.
Now, if he was like somebody that I was dating, right?
Well, that's different. That's a whole nother category.
Right. Then,
Right.
and he say, let's go get something to eat. I'm like, all right, bet. When the waitress puts that check in front of me, I'm a
Wait, slide it to him?
correct.
Wait, but if you guys are dating though,
Right.
obviously y'all done been on multiple, y'all kicking it, does it really matter?
Yes, it does matter
So
because
every
you
time,
asked me,
every time it's an expectation that he's gonna
if
be
you
paying.
open up your mouth and say, let's go get something to eat,
So let's say y'all a year in.
and we're still dating. What
Y'all in the relationship.
Oh, okay. Now keep going.
Y'all in the relationship.
Right.
Oh, my bad. For dating means it's different terms. Or
Right.
different meanings.
Right.
Okay, so the extreme dating
Right.
phase.
Consistent one person.
Sure.
Got it.
Exclusive.
Right.
Okay. Are you still care about the slide?
No, I don't care then.
Okay. I got you.
I don't care then
Mm-hmm.
because now, yeah,
Okay.
we good.
I got you.
Got it.
Ma'am,
Hi.
greasy one.
Who?
What do you do to curb your loneliness?
It's not that crazy. No, it's well lubricated.
What?
What do you do?
Don't do that. That's offensive.
What do you do?
Dang, he hit you a boo boo with a pizza basket.
What do you do to curb your loneliness?
I drink wine with my pants off.
That's actually quite fun.
I know, friend.
I second that motion.
I don't know. And I like TikTok a lot. So like I like a lot of videos that kind of like go with encouraging me. Like if I don't have being that I don't have a person at this time. So, drink some wine. If I'm feeling a little lonely, I'll sit in my lonelies for a little bit like, wow, fuck, this is lonely. And then, get on TikTok, watch a few videos like, girl, you are good. You don't need no man right now. You need to be focused on this, that, and the third, this, that, blah, 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 blah. And I feel better about myself.
Works
But nevertheless, no, hell no.
What did he say?
It just occupies me during
works
that.
every time.
Yeah, it works every time. I said no. It occupies me like for a little bit, like it's you know what? Look like through my phone like this, like you know what? You right. Because blah blah blah. No, it doesn't work every time. But I don't sit in it for a long time because like a relationship is like not my world or nothing. But it does get lonely being single, like real bad. Especially like me, like working like all day or working 2 jobs and stuff. And it's like sometimes I want to come home to a person like, ask me how my day was so I can tell you how these bitches had me fucked up today. Or, just like, hey baby, you hungry? Or your plate's in the microwave or I ran you a bath. Or like, I had a long day. Can I just lay my head on your chest just for a little bit? Please? That's it. So yeah, it gets lonely.
You're right.
But,
I feel her.
it's been for so long. I kind of know how to like roll with the lonely punches.
Did you guys ever, as women, get to a point where it's just like, relationship, whatever? I'm gonna just get a person.
A person for what?
Yeah, what are we doing?
This person is like your go-to for sex, dates, just hanging out.
Sounds like
So an unofficial relationship?
It sounds like an arrangement.
Yeah, right. So I have this cousin, right? She's older.
How old?
Got to be 50s.
Got it.
Probably early to mid 50s, somewhere in there.
Okay.
She says, listen, once you get to my age, you kind of like get set in your ways. So it's kind of like, I like my space. I like being by myself. So just find yourself a person where you can, when you need some, y'all got that arrangement. Y'all just, when you want to go on a date, you can. And she was like, not around here. We go somewhere else. Correct. We have ourselves a good time. We come back. May stay the night, may not. Either way, he minding his business, I'm minding mine. If I see you out in public, now this is her. If I see you out in public, just keep on walking. I don't know you.
So this is her sneaky link, pretty much.
Consistently.
No, it's more than the sneaky links.
Most sneaky
They're not speaking in person.
Sneaky links are just sex.
Not all the time. They're
all the
not.
time.
Not nowadays. No, they're not. They're not
really.
speaking in person. They're going on dates not around here because she don't want to be seen with this person.
Right.
This her sneaky link.
Okay, whatever. Sure, y'all can constitute it as that.
She's
but
50?
Sure, yeah.
I'm not that comfortable with being alone. Not that comfortable.
No, I wouldn't.
I'm
Especially,
not there.
Wow, I want to talk to her at 50.
Yeah. And like,
And she's
and
like, she's
married?
okay with that.
Was she married?
Happy.
No.
Was she married before?
I think like maybe in her 20s.
Dang. That really
So she
affected
possibly has tried marriage.
Correct.
It didn't work
Possibly.
out.
I'm trying to think.
her. A couple failed relationships.
Oh wow.
Not married. Never been married.
A couple had a lot of
Yes.
failed relationships.
Not a lot, but she's been in a few relationships. Just failed relationships.
she have any
and
kids?
then 2. So
Oh yeah, she tripping. She like, yeah, I'm good, Cuddy.
yeah, she's happy. She's extremely happy. And it's one of the things you question, like, you really happy though? It's like,
Right.
oh no, yeah, I'm good.
But that's what works for her though.
Yeah, it does.
it
No,
works
I don't.
for
That
you,
wouldn't work for me.
It wouldn't
no.
work for me. I have a lot of. I want to be able to get married one day and have somebody. You know. So
Because then after a while, it's like why aren't we in a relationship? Like we're doing everything that a relationship does. What is why aren't we like, what is this?
And I don't want to be on the hunt all the time either. Like if I want some or I want to go out on a date, I don't want to have to go through
But
the
it's not a
Rolodex.
hunt. You the bat signal.
But what if one day like she wants to
Yeah.
go, he doesn't? Or like
Right.
he wants to go and she doesn't?
Right.
Well, that's when you at the top of
that's
it.
part
you
of their
sit
agreement?
down. You sit down and you talk about that. Yeah.
Like, so it's going to be times where I'm
Yes.
just not feeling you.
Right.
You may be feeling me more this day.
So you need
okay
that
with
second
you gotta
person.
understand. Yeah, you gotta like
you need
set
that
the
second
boundaries.
or third person though. You're gonna need a second or third person. You're gonna need one, at least 2. You definitely are, because the first one definitely may not come
Okay,
through.
listen. She only got one. Okay.
Oh,
So again, it's just one of those. This joker says second or third.
Oh, I'm scared of her so bad.
God, dog.
because so somebody's not gonna say yes.
How do you know that though?
Because your schedule's not going to work 100% of the time.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Well, or it could be times where,
Typically,
like,
even
I don't
with
know,
my
like
friends.
her lady cycle or whatever. She could be like, on her cycle, and he'd be like, so sex, and she's like, kind of bleeding, kind of not.
Some people don't care about running red lights.
Maybe he does. Let's say he does.
Okay.
God, that's gross. Let's say he does. And then it's like, what does he do after? Like,
a lot of people. Never mind.
does he
We're
beat
not
his
going
meat
there.
after?
It's not that interesting. Not going there. Nope.
I don't
Keep
know.
him out.
That wouldn't work for me. I can't.
I mean, even as friends, regular friends, our schedules don't work all the time.
Like at this age that I'm at now, like maybe like when I was younger, yeah, but I'm like, your girl about to be 30 this year. I have no interest in that.
Right.
Like I don't even want to do that. Like I want I'm not about to be your sneaky link. First off,
I don't
me
want to
sneak, you hide me. Are you fucking insane? Do you see me?
Insane. Have you seen me?
Do you see me?
In all that I bring.
So outside of that, and then two is like, I don't want to sneak with my person or a person that like I'm involved with. Like I can't wait till my man, y'all to death. And it's not gonna be like, oh, who is that? Can't tell you, he's a secret. Like what? No, I don't want to do that. Like I have zero desire to do that. Like zero. Like I want to be like in a relationship. I want to be all soft and bubbly. Like when I come in, like, so you're blushing. Got something this morning, booze from my man.
That's right.
Yeah, I want to do stuff like that. I want to go on a date and post my man, not just his hand. Like I don't.
Or the back of his neck.
Or the
because like, why are you being inconspicuous? Like I don't want to do that.
I've never.
When
if
people
you're gonna be
post
sneaky, I'm
the
not about
hand
to do
or the
that.
back or the foot.
I'm not gonna do that.
The kneecap.
That's stupid.
I've always.
I don't
thought
have
that
any
was-
desire to like. Do
I'm not
that.
about to do that. I'm not about to replace your face with a smiley face. That's okay. I'm good.
Like, come get me, lock me down,
Lock me down.
take me out the game, real bad.
Out the game,
Injure me, so I'm on the sideline for good.
please.
Sit me
Trying to
down.
be on the
Injured
IR
list.
Sit me.
I want to be on the injured
Sit
list.
me down. Then I want to pop up out of nowhere. Surprise, baby. Yeah.
No, she can keep that part.
I can't wait
do
to have a
not
kid.
agree.
Well, that's because I don't have any kids. They do.
she
Right.
got
One
that.
is great. I'm
yeah,
not
like,
saying
I
I
can't wait
wouldn't
to
have
have a little
another one.
mini-me.
If my husband wanted one, I would have another one. If he wanted one.
What if you guys get with a guy who does not want kids?
I am great with that.
Here's a good question. Actually, well, I know you are. Okay, so for you,
What
if you meet a guy, he checks every last one of your boxes, right? And we all know boxes are, in my opinion, semi-important. I don't care what nobody say, because then once you get to know somebody, because anybody could come and fake the funk and check all those boxes.
Right.
You get to know him, and it's like, man, way better than I ever imagined a guy would ever be to me. But he don't want kids.
It's not gonna work because he doesn't check my boxes. I want a kid.
Right.
I don't.
What if he plays the part? Because a lot of guys will do this and says, "Oh yeah, I like kids. I want to have a kid."
And he trick you?
And then once you fall for him,
You a
hard,
liar?
it's like we could just wait to have kids. Like wait when? You like I don't know, 5, 10
stories?
years, never.
No, like kids is like a thing for me. Like that's one of like my, I guess you want to say prereqs type of thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
It's a box.
what if he comes in saying yes, but that's just one of the things that like get you, and then once you get got, it's like, well, I thought we could wait.
Well,
I don't know. I can't
He a storyteller.
because
then.
that's such a big thing to me. Like I can't. We're gonna have an issue, and eventually we're gonna break up.
Yeah.
Kids is a thing for me. I love kids, like with my entire little being, and I want a mini me. I actually want two, even if they're not mini me's.
a girl.
I want a girl and a boy.
Oh.
Like I want kids. So it's like if you don't, that's fine. Everybody has their preference,
Right.
but me, like I want kids. So at least one, because my niece got her in a chokehold, and she said she wanted 10 kids. She said she wanted done. So I at least want one kid. But it's like
She
no, like
wanted 10 kids?
Yeah, her and her
Without
boyfriend
concubines?
without what? No, like I want a kid. Like that's a thing for. I call it a prereq. That's a thing for me. Like I want kids. So if you're faking it and I want kids, blah, 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 and then you eventually expose yourself, like slowly we're gonna drift apart and it's not gonna last because now it's like you motherfucker, you tricked me.
I got a question. Can you be like the 7th or 8th baby mama?
Absolutely not. I can't even be the third.
The 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
Can't. I can't. That is insane. And I know people like that are okay with like, well, like him so much, I'll be there. What?
So why is that the approach though?
What's the approach?
It's insane. Like, oh yeah, I'll be the. What if that's not a woman's approach? Like, oh yeah, I'll be your 3rd, 4th, or 5th baby mom or kid's mom.
What do you mean?
Do y'all think that's somebody's approach, like to someone who has?
If you go into this whatever knowing that this man has X amount of children and has X amount of baby moms and you're still agreeing to whatever, yes, that is your approach. What do you mean?
10 kids, 7th baby mama.
You're saying, I comply with this. I'm okay. I may be your 8th or your 9th or whatever. Like,
You ain't ever getting no tax money. Ever.
and then it's like, what is the end goal here? Like, because now you're at this point, like, it's giving you're just a number added to the roster. Like, what is the end game
I
here?
don't
Like,
feel
is there
special.
a marriage?
I don't feel special.
There's no way you can feel special. Like,
Every house I buy, I got to have 10 rooms.
you have to take on these children, which is, kids are great, but you have to take on these children. Like, this is insane.
They technically could be on your insurance.
And then if you don't have no kids and you going into 59 kids
59.
with 57 baby moms, I'm scared of that.
I don't feel special enough.
What if this guy was the only guy that ever made you feel? Cause
Is
you
he
said,
rich? Is
'cause
he
you
rich?
said-
Is he rich?
Forget all that. 'Cause
No,
that
no,
ain't
no,
gonna-
no. That has to matter.
No, it's not.
Why?
It's not. How is it gonna matter?
He got too many kids not to be rich.
Yeah,
doesn't
but
got
if we're
What?
saying for relationship wise though, so you're talking about his money is gonna make a difference, and that's gonna be the difference.
And he
maker
got 12
if you
kids?
Stay?
Correct. Because who paid for him? Me?
Also, okay, so I see where your relation is going.
Oh, okay.
I'll connect you.
Just want to make that clear.
So it ain't got nothing to do with like, because you said how am I going to feel special? Are you saying that in the sense of having a kid with that person, or are you saying it just in general?
And being
No, like
different.
having a kid with this person and then like, this is my first kid and this is your 19th. Like, you've been through the fucking rodeo. You know the ins and outs. You know everything. Is this special? Like, what is
You
this?
teaching me how to be a mama at this
Right,
point.
like there's nothing that you don't know. And it's just gonna be like, oh, you did this with your other 18 kids, huh? Like, you're
I'm with
nasty.
her.
But why
feel
is that?
special.
But why is that a mindset though?
Me personally, like, I would prefer, if I could just have things my way, I would prefer it to be like both of our first. I would prefer. Nowadays, I know that is extremely rare to come across people who don't have kids. It's rare, whatever. But if I could have, the cards work in my favor, I would prefer it to be our first. Like, I don't know, like, this is my first, this is his first. Like, oh, we're learning this parenting thing together. Like, I don't know. I don't have to worry about any other baby mom. I don't have to worry about you comparing my parenting style to another one of your baby moms, my kid to your other children, or like worry about like time. I don't know. I just feel like it eliminates a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we like to call toxic talk. That's what this all sounds like. This all sounds like a bunch of social media / ridiculous.
It's not real life. That's
yeah.
not real life.
Yeah.
I said if I could have the cards play in my favor, I
no,
realize.
not that part. No, not that part.
Oh, what?
What you just described as
Right.
far as like the comparing,
The kids.
parenting style, the kids.
Yeah, that's not real
Yes, that happens, but if we really like sit back and take a lot of that stuff out and we think, a lot of that stuff is stuff that you've read on.
So does that not happen? Like me asking as a childless person, does that not happen?
That's not everybody's situation.
No.
Okay.
Again, these are the things that are highlighted on social media, TV, and then I'm sure that some people's family members, this is the stuff that you hear.
Right.
You're like, I have 6 kids with 4 different women.
Damn.
I picked 7 on purpose. It was more than yours.
Right? Right. I know that's why you did. 6 kids with 4 different women, right?
But you blessed. You're blessed.
But see, like my situation would never make it to social media or TV from the standpoint that there ain't no drama. There ain't no craziness.
Pause. Hold on. This is probably the only man that I know with a football team of kids. There is not a lick of drama.
Listen,
the
it's
baby moms like each other. They get
kumbaya.
along. They do things together. They ran like a bubble race or something. They all had on matching shirts.
Matching shirts?
That's where that Chocolate City's Angels really came from.
That's the
It's baby
origination.
moms.
This is the real Chocolate City's Angels.
Shut your
right
ass
here.
up.
Right here.
They
We was
love
not
each
running
other.
that race.
Right
We
here.
wasn't
Like
there.
they're like
Y'all
a
coming
big,
this year.
No, we're not.
Right, wait.
I'm
Because
not coming.
they're not chocolate.
I'm Chocolate City.
Whatever. Still not chocolate.
But this man got 18 kids. He's not on
do not
child
have
support
18 kids.
for not one of them.
Listen,
Not one of them. They all get along. They're like a big like you could put them in a house. They could all probably live together.
Sile,
and it'd be great.
Sile, I've literally walked in on all of the baby mamas sitting on the couch, like regular talking, watching TV, like
Having
hey,
a blast. Like
this
they've
is
been
my
girlfriends
show.
for so long.
They over there having fun with each other's kids. It ain't no,
They watch each other's
They
kids.
watch each other's kids.
Watching each other's kids.
but let me so let me
that's good though.
But let me break this down though, because there's so much negativity with that, with somebody saying, "Well, It was this issue with my homeboy a few weeks ago, and my homeboy's kid's mom said, "Man, like it's crazy that a woman is with a man who don't even claim him, but she plays stepmom. That's wild.
Ooh,
you see the whole bunch of women."
Wait, what?
Basically, she said, "It's wild to me." I'm paraphrasing.
She said?
Yeah. The one kid's mom said, "It's wild to me that that another woman is playing stepmom to kids to a man who don't even claim her. That's wild to me, right?" Then you got a whole bunch of women, of course, chiming in. You know how women jump on that kind of stuff and attack, right? But not one woman on there came on there with no god doggone sense and said, "Well, if she's playing stepmom, it's probably because she has relationship with the child, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the man."
Right.
I followed this
I like that.
this like page on TikTok. It's like a personal page, but it's two they got the same baby daddy. I don't know how to freaking explain. They're like best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
actually more common than people think.
Document themselves and
it's just Youngstown stuff, huh?
They have a blast.
That's everywhere stuff.
No, I'm saying like the drama part of it.
No,
and not
that's
being
everywhere.
exposed.
No, I think it's everywhere.
That's everywhere. But I'm saying, but those kind of relationships are not exposed or not promoted.
Right.
They ain't. You know what I mean? So it seems like, it's a unicorn. It's like, nah, there's a lot of us. It's a lot of stuff out here like this, and ain't nothing got to be going on. It's just,
I'm proud of you.
We're just grown.
But that's what I'm saying. But like outside of like all the jokes,
like, it's just
we're just grown.
Yeah,
like
it's just like
outside of like all the jokes and stuff, I would hope that stuff would be like that, because it's like at the end of the day, y'all are grown. Like you dated this person, you're no longer with this person. He moved on. You possibly have moved on. At this point, like it's at the best interest of the child. And you don't have to beef. Like it don't always have to be drama between two females who share a nigga in common. Like it doesn't have to be beef. I don't have to be like, look at that bitch. What? Why am I a bitch? Because I dated the dude you got now.
And if you had relationship with the kid,
right?
Why? Just because the relationship ended with the guy does not mean that you have to stop with the kid. If it was real, then it shouldn't stop with the kid. So I would be crazy to be like, man, like you was around this joker when he was for 3, 4, 5 years. Like, if he still wanna or she still wanna, like, all right, go ahead. Like, ain't nothing crossing boundaries for me, especially in the world we live in today. I need as many positive role models and influences around my kids as possible. Yeah. So I'll take that any day of the week. So to say, because I'm single, if a woman coming into my situation with no kids has these same thoughts and is thinking like, I'll never feel special, it's like, nah, well, right off rip, you go feel special with me. I'll make you feel special. And just because I have 6 kids doesn't mean that our first child together isn't going to feel
a number.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because it's not a number, and neither are you. That's, again, for me, that's society playing off in like, oh, I'm just another number. I get the optics.
Yeah.
So I don't want to downplay that.
Right.
Because my situation, 6 kids, 4 different women. That's a lot. But
you do very well.
I do.
I mean,
but again, like from my standpoint, being on this side, like I may make it look easy and all that.
That was some work.
But dang, when it come to like dating and talking to people, right? And you be like, yeah, I got 6 kids with 4 different women. It's one of the first things I say up front, because it's just like,
if you gonna stay or you not, what's up?
It's like,
that's it.
And mom's like, oh,
what they say?
Oh, or wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Somebody
told I told somebody that probably about a month ago. And they were like, really?
That's
I didn't even. Thing. You don't even. I wouldn't have guessed you had one. I'm like, Not one kid.
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's why I asked her. I was like, well, what does that even mean? She's
What
like,
you trying to say?
I don't know. You carry yourself very well. And I'm like, what does that have to do with a kid, though?
Hey, she said you got
You
no
carry
time.
But either way, but
yourself
you know what it
well.
is, though? I probably
throw
only
yourself in
had,
the
like,
backpack.
that I could think of, I know, just 2 women for sure be like, I can't handle it. The rest of them, I had people think that they could. And the other ones were just like, all right, whatever. You know, and I had some people be like, yeah, well, I just was like, well, I'm one of 8 kids, and you know, it was it's 5, 6 different moms involved. I'm like, oh, okay.
Was she related
Likely story.
To what?
She said I'm a bastard too.
your situation you got going on with your football team?
No.
But your kids ain't bad.
If I was, wait, what do you mean?
I said she related to
Oh
the
yeah.
situation.
Yeah. She related, yes.
I mean,
Why did that confuse you?
Because I thought you said was she related, and I'm thinking,
Why would I say that?
I don't know. That's what threw me off. I was like, wait a minute.
that made no sense.
So that's what I'm saying. So a lot of the social norms, we talked about the social norms last week. You hear these things of, well, I won't feel this, and I don't want no comparing. Yes, that does happen with some people, and a lot of times it doesn't. Like, let's just say if it's the dad with all the kids, a lot of times the comparing really comes from the kids' moms. It don't come from that joker.
Well, you know, ideally, I would really like less drama. If it, like in my situation, I wish it really wasn't the way it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ideally, I would rather have a kumbaya relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it could be even now.
It could be if there wasn't. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm allowed to say
yeah,
that. So it could be, but it's not. So ideally, it would be great.
Yeah.
Especially since I'm a non-confrontational person. I can't stand confrontation. If you bring it in my circle, I'm kind of like,
'Cause
okay.
listen, drama can happen whether you have one kid's mom or kid's dad. And here's a surprise one, or if you have none. Correct. So you can get with a guy that ain't got no kids. Y'all have a kid, and it be crazy drama because you don't know what kind of grandparents your kid go have, and it could be a possessive, overly protective grandparent. You like, hold on, I'm the mom.
Right.
Like, so drama could come whether you get
Any shades of form.
yeah.
Ooh, here go one. How about you like a guy, and he is a father to a kid that's not his.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real good one, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That's for both of y'all. How y'all feel about that?
What?
Let's go with you first, ma'am.
What am I feeling about it? Like, is he like the main father figure to this kid that's not
He's
his?
a kid not his, and he knows it's not his.
What is the question?
Why is this hard for you?
Because I'm trying to figure out, like, is she asking would I still entertain him because he?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even look at it as like, well, this ain't even your blood kid. Like, if this is a kid,
But what if y'all have a kid together and
See,
he's still
what?
fathering this kid
As he should.
who is not his?
As he should.
So you
If
would
this
let
is
that
a
interfere?
No. If this is a commitment that you made, one, to this child that you know,
your name ain't on his name ain't on the say his.
this
name
is a
ain't on the
commitment
birth
that you made
certificate.
to this child.
Right.
I'm not talking about no logistics, or I'm talking about time, relationship, whatever that you have built with this child, and this child knows you as their father. I would never freaking be on no like, well, that ain't even your kid. No, that's not even my character. That's whack as fuck to me for a person to even do some weird shit like that. As you should still maintain this relationship with this child. That's your child. That's your child. I'm not one to get down into like logistics like that. If this is hey, look, me and this girl's mom or this, boy's mom was in a relationship, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This my kid. I've been taking care of this kid. Me and this kid been, kicking it for this long. This kid know me as dad, blah, blah, blah. That's your child to me.
Right.
That's your kid. No, I'll never be on nothing like that. That's weird. That's strange. That's your child.
What about you?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna not address the elephant in the room for myself. So I would definitely want him to continue on his relationship with the child.
But
Nephew works great.
Huh? You want this man to go from calling his kid son or son? What's
I'm
up,
just
Neff?
playing.
You're sick. That kid gonna be like, Neff, you're not my dad.
I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. No, for real. If he was fathering a kid that was not his, whatever relationship he wants to have with that kid, he could have. But I won't act as if it wouldn't be something that I have to resist to hold my tongue back on some things.
Like
but what would you be holding your tongue back on?
If one of the main things is funds, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna matter at some point, because now we're caring and we're sending money and giving money to a kid that's not yours, regardless. Not a stepchild. You were never married, so technically there is no legal obligation for you to go and to provide funds for that kid.
So him still doing it that would bother you.
It would bother me internally. I wouldn't say it outwardly.
You would.
Wait.
Eventually.
So
eventually,
when you say like not this kid, this on some like, oh, I was with your mom. Like, I know you ain't my kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for like,
yes.
Let's just say,
how old was the kid?
Let's just say the kid was 3 or 4 years old when they first started dating. They dated
then he done put some time in with this
4 or
kid.
5
No.
years.
Let's say that they've been with that kid since they were like 2 months. Let's start there. Let's say like 2 months.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows like, hey, this ain't my kid. You know, I came
Had
in.
DNA test, not your kid. But
Wait, he thought this was his kid? Why they get the DNA test?
Why would they have to?
because there was a chance that it wasn't.
How? If she was in the life since 2 months.
Break up.
Confusion.
Break up.
Wait a minute. Pause.
You see what I'm saying?
Wait, hold on.
Oh, okay, can we change the scenario? Let's just say,
use your scenario. Fine.
Okay, let's just
I
say
was making up one.
Let's just say, mom, okay,
right,
had baby.
Right.
4 months later, she met Joseph.
Yes.
Okay, Joseph is now.
Why did we land on Joseph?
I don't know, in the Bible, because Joseph and Mary.
Okay,
that was not his
baby
kid.
wasn't his.
All right.
Dang.
Perfect scenario, right?
That's horrible.
So you're not claiming Jesus?
Oh, you're not claiming.
You mad because Joseph giving funds to Jesus?
It's giving sinner.
We'll see.
It's giving
angel,
heathen.
but there's a difference when angel comes down and said something. We didn't say there was a God factor.
Anyways, Joseph comes along.
They're like, oh, look at the little baby.
So been in a life since 4 months, and let's just say 4 or 5 years old, they break up.
Mm-hmm. And this kid only knows Joseph as daddy.
Correct.
Only knows Joseph.
You're going to hell if you break that up.
I'm not breaking it up.
She wants it to be nephew and only give funds on birthdays and
Christmas.
holidays.
Okay, I was joking with that.
Oh, friend, no, you wasn't.
You was dead serious.
Look at her wicked. Oh,
okay,
that's horrible.
Listen. This is what I'm going to tell you. First of all, I can be a very, there's no way to say it, selfish when it comes to certain things.
Own that though.
Okay, I'm going to say it. And I'm saying this in the exact sense of how I would feel. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be able to commit to that long term. I wouldn't be able to. It's going to sound great in the beginning. Like, yeah, go ahead with the kid. But year 2, maybe 3, I may be a little indifferent about it.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
A guy comes into your life right now.
Yeah.
You're with him for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Which means he's around little man for 3 to 4 years.
Right.
They have an extremely strong bond.
Yeah.
Super strong.
Right.
The breakup affects you and little man.
Right.
I mean, my man's was dang near calling them dad as well.
Right.
He gets in another relationship.
Right.
That young lady is like, you need to cut that off.
Right.
With that kid. I don't care how strong the bond was. How you feeling?
At that point, see, because of my position, I would understand.
Yeah, but how would you feel?
I would understand. I would still be a little bit upset.
A little bit upset?
I might have something to say. I'm like, well, why she wants you to cut it off? Do you understand in that? But at the same time, in that position, I wouldn't be asking for funds.
You down?
I wouldn't be asking for funds. I wouldn't be asking for time.
No, because I look at it like this, right? So in the first scenario, obviously, if he's been in a life since 4 months old until 4 or 5 years old,
right,
and he's just freely giving,
right.
So it's not necessarily that the mom is even asking,
right?
He's just doing because he's dad,
right?
Right. Let's just say the new scenario, same situation. He's just freely doing it. So it's not so much you're asking; they're just freely giving.
No, freely giving.
Because there's no real responsibility that a person has to have to give to a child that's not theirs.
Like I said,
like they are freely giving, like willingly. they're kind of like doing it on,
Right.
Like I would be crazy to ask another one like, yo, you got something for my kid? Like,
right.
That's crazy to
me.
But
women did. Women can. Women
they can. And they have, yes.
Yeah.
But it's not by me saying, yo, it's not an expectation of mine.
Yeah. But see, I'm very well, I know thyself. And because I know myself, I don't think I would be able to keep up with the facade consistently. And I mean, I know they may sound,
you would have an issue.
If the tables were turned, I would feel some type of way, but I would still understand.
Okay, let's just put it like this, right?
Yeah.
Yes or no? You would have an issue. Yes or no?
Yeah, it would be a little.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's a one word answer.
Yeah. I know, but you don't want the whole story.
Yeah,
though.
I don't want the extra stuff.
Well, internally, yes. Just like in the other scenario, internally, I would have something against it, literally. But at the same time, I wouldn't be able to consistently keep up with that facade either way.
And is it simply because that's not his biological child?
Yes.
So
it's because it's not biological. I feel like maybe I'd be more accepting if the kid understood that this wasn't his real father. I just know that I wouldn't be able to keep up with it. At some point, it's going to be like, that ain't even your kid. Why are we doing this?
Oh my God, you're a monster.
I'm
so
not
like,
gonna lie.
As a person who
I'm not lying about that.
And I'm not, faulting you or whatever. Everybody has their own preference. But like as a kid, now an adult who that is my situation, I think that like you should maybe be a little more open, especially if the parents are nothing but platonic. So my sperm donor, literally never had a relationship with me, never. Mm-hmm. On coming from him, I am one of three, all girls. I'm the youngest. That my two older sisters, they've always had, either a piece of a relationship with him, whether it was toxic, whether it was nothing. They have some sort of memory, they have some sort of whatever. But because of the relationship that him and my mom had, there was never any relationship with me. So I kind of took like the backlash from that. So before I was even born, I guess it was established with if anybody ever hears me talking about my dad this, my dad, blah, 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 blah. This is the only dad you'll ever hear me talking about. This is my dad. And we don't share the same anything. Mm-hmm. His blood don't run through my veins. Mine don't run through his. Like there is a 0.000 whatever with the DNA, whatever. Him and my mom have never even touched each other. And it came about because he was a friend of my uncle back when we were still in Detroit. And it was like, my grandma has always looked at him as like a son. So he became a part of the family.
8 Mile.
And I'm not from 8 Mile. And it was just like hey, I don't know what the conversation was. Hey, can I be, her goddad or her dad, whatever the case may be. This is the only dad I know. Mm-hmm. You can't tell me this, like, this is my dad.
Right.
Like, this is my dad. And it gets so bad to the point, like, people, oh, you look like your dad. And I laugh because, like, ha, ha, ha. Like, you're just saying what the fuck you want to say. Because, like, we didn't even have the same anything. But, like, he got with it's kind of weird because technically he's my goddad, but, like, this is my dad. I don't ever use the word goddad. I don't use none of that. This is my dad. So, like, his wife, I call her mom. Like, that's my mom. That's my dad. So when I say, like, I was just in Detroit this past weekend, I was kicking it with my parents. Right. Like, I don't get down to technically, no, these my parents. That's my dad. That's my mom. We don't have no type of drama. So when it comes down to, he got with my mom, and I'm going to do this so, like, people know, like, this isn't my birth mom, but he got with her when I was 4. When I was 4, my mom knew, like, him and my mother, they ain't never touched each other, ain't never been in a relationship, ain't never none of that. So for him to be the only dad that I have ever known, the only dad that I know, this person is like, that's my dad. Like, and I'm talking active dad, like not no absentee. Even when I moved to Ohio, still active dad. Can't tell me nothing about my dad. Like I said, this my dad. So it's like to even think that if she was to ever be on some, and at the time they only have one child together. She came into the relationship with 3. So my youngest brother is their child together. Mm-hmm. I claim her kids as my siblings. They claim me as their siblings. Like, it's not if you didn't know us, you wouldn't know, like, I'm not blood to any of them.
Right.
Like, I'm not blood to any of them. So to even think that maybe she could have possibly been on some like, oh no, we together, like, and I didn't like her at first. Me and her, like, I'm 4. All I see is some woman, you know, trying to get my dad. So we was just laughing about it this past weekend because she was like, and every time, you know, we get together, we laugh about it because it's funny because it's like look how far we came. Like, look at us now. Like, my dad can't look at another woman. Like, you don't see my mom over here? I'm telling on you type stuff. I would never, but still. Like, so it's like a look how far we came type of stuff. So we laugh about it because it's like, I used to rip up her pictures. Oh, you in the bed with my dad? Here I am in the middle. Yeah, not today. But to even think that she, you know, could have possibly been on some, oh, like, that ain't your kid. You can't do for her. You need to blah, 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 or feel some type of way. I don't know. Like, that would be devastating to me because it's like, you're taking away a person. This is all I know as this role. Right. This is the only dad that I know. This is the only dad that I've ever. And when I say, like, my dad is my dad. Right. Like, if you take interest in me or if you want to date me or whatever, I'm comparing you to my dad because my dad and my grandpa are the greatest men that I have ever known. Right. As far as when it comes to being men and upholding that standard of what a real man is. So it's like for you or even as her, I said what I said. You right up under Chocolate City.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So like for her, she has always, like, even from the times I didn't even like her, it's always been like, you know, like, your little badass don't like me, but I ain't going nowhere. And like, she never made me feel like an outsider. She never made me feel like, well, that's your daughter. Even when we go out, this is our daughter, Siobhan. Yeah. That's our daughter. That's me, our kids, like it's always been an hour. So I'm blessed to even have that from her. Cause some people could come on like, oh no, that's his daughter. She has never, ever, when I would even go stay with my dad, she buying me just like she buying her biological kids. Right. So to even think that she could even possibly have a mindset of like even presenting such a thing to my dad on some like, we gotta talk, babe. We got a kid now. Like, that one ain't even really yours, you know, but this one is. Like, you taking money out of our house to put in her mouth, that would be devastating because not only is it affecting like them, that's affecting me. Cause now you want to take apart like the only dad that I like have ever known. I don't have if if my dad start falling back, oh, well, he's going to pick up. No, like, it's either him or nobody. It's all or nothing with him. So like, as far as like my biological sisters from my sperm donor side, like and I think my one sister kind of like felt the way. This was years ago. She had came to see me. I took a trip to Detroit or whatever. And I was at my dad's house and I told her like, you know, I'm at my dad's house. You can come over here, whatever. She came over and she like, you know, have you talked to dad? My dad in the kitchen, boo. Like, my dad in the kitchen. Right. If you're talking about this man, Carl, no, I haven't. And you know I haven't. I have never had a relationship with him. And it used to bother me because I could see if he was like a straight, just deadbeat all around. But the fact that you pick and chose who you wanted to have a relationship with, and then I took like the shorter end of the stick, it used to bother me only because like that side of the family didn't even know that I existed. And I found out about that when I have a sister that's just a blood sister on my sperm donor side who's the same age as me. We're 3 months apart. And I found out, you know, that she was my sister from Facebook. Like, I found out I had a sister my age from Facebook. I always knew about my older sister because my mom would get us together when we still stayed in Detroit. So I knew about my older sister, but the one my age, like, I didn't know she existed until like I used to write him when he was in jail and he told me like, yeah, you got a sister. She did this, her age, this her name, blah, blah, blah. So I literally messaged everybody on Facebook with that name and I looked up and found her. So she told one of our aunts about me and like my aunt messaged me. It was like, I don't ever want you to think like we didn't like you or we didn't know about you. We didn't even know you existed. We only knew he had 2 daughters. Where the fuck did you come from? So it's like, that's the part that bothered me because I always used to wonder like something's like, I could act like, you know, like a cousin, or I could act like one of my aunts, or I could look like somebody on this side of the family, and I'll never get to know that because I don't feel like I act like nobody on my like maternal side. Like that's my family, but I don't feel like I act like none of them. And I always used to wonder like, dang, what if I look like this person on my dad's side, or what if I look like this person, or what if I act like this person? I used to think about stuff like that, and I never like got the opportunity to explore it because it was like you don't mess with me off of the relationship that you and my mom had that had absolutely nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. You never even took the opportunity or the chance to try to even be on some like, Mom, if you watch this, no offense, fuck your mom. Like, I want to get to, like, you're my child. Like, me and your mom, over and done with whatever the case may be, like, you're a product of me. Like, I came from you before you even met my mom. And that used to bother me so bad only for that sense. Because I never missed out on, like, oh, I never had a dad. No, I grew up with a dad. I didn't miss out on that with no dad. Still, I'm 29 years old. There is nothing in this world that I can't ask of my dad still to this day, and I'm not gonna. Y'all see these braids in my head right now? Not that I can't afford it. I called my dad, said, you know what, Dad? I don't have a man. I don't feel like I should have to spend all of my money on these braids. I don't want to pay for this by myself. Can I have this? Immediately. Like, so it's that type of like, I didn't miss out on nothing. Right. This is my dad. Like, so I couldn't even imagine like a person even presenting like, yeah, babe, this ain't your real kid, so you gotta like, what?
You know, the craziest part about it is that your story is my story. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know my biological father. So, and me not knowing who my biological father is, like, dang. But like, I ain't putting that, my mom's business, nothing like there. But because I don't know who he is, I never grew up without a dad. Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, if that man was to come up and pop up out of nowhere on my wedding day, I'd be like, okay, sir, have a seat. And then I'm going to walk down with the father that's been here with me. So even with me saying that, I would never take him away from the child. I wouldn't do that.
Just make him his nephew.
No, feel my nerves. No, I wouldn't take him away from. What I'm saying is that I wouldn't be able to keep up with it consistently. I wouldn't be able to guarantee and promise that I'm never going to say or bring it up or bring it up.
But where you
so
being
at that point, literally, either I would have to make a decision. First of all, I'm not getting into it. That's one, because I already know me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you know, a bank robber. If you put a bank robber in a situation when they can steal in a bank, you hire a bank robber. What are they going to do? They're going to rob the freaking bank, because that's what they are. So I just know myself enough to say, I am not going to be able to consistently keep up with this facade. So because I'm not going to be able to.
But where's your reservation though? Like, you being that child or whatever, like, where, and let's just say like the parents strictly platonic. It ain't he making you worry about nothing. You ain't even suspecting like, oh, they still fucking or something going on. Like, it ain't even, she done moved on. He done moved on. He's with you. They ain't even making you question, like, no type. Where is your reservation as to like? My
reservation is literally not being able to keep up with it.
But I'm saying, like, why though? Like, what is it about you that's not able to? First
of all, I feel like it's a lie. It's a lie to the child. You're literally
the kid
lying.
knows this ain't their dad,
huh?
But it's the only dad that they know.
Okay, only dad that they know. As soon as I feel like, the only reason why I feel like your situation is a little different is because, like you said, it was kind of like he chose to fill that position for you, and your mom never did anything with him. It was literally his choice. So coming into that situation, it's like, look, they weren't even with each other. There was not even a chance.
Yeah, but that's still this.
So
I think it's the same whether they messed around or not, though.
I don't know. To me, it's
because either way, he's still choosing.
Yeah, because it has nothing to do with the lady. It has everything to do with the relationship
child. Like, I'm choosing to still pick up this kid. I'm choosing to still send this kid money for baseball or whatever the case may be.
At some point, I don't think I'll be able. Now, and for me, and crazy enough, and as crazy as it sounds, if it was his actual kid, so if a man had 4 kids, 5 kids, and they were all his, I can understand and fathom accepting. Be cool with that. I can understand
but
it.
But not the kid that's not
but
his.
Not the kid that's not his, and you're still taking care of it. It just doesn't process in my head.
And it's simply because, like, it's not his kid.
It's not his kid.
So you don't think he should be responsible? So you don't think he should be responsible?
I think it.
So let me ask you this:
it's the mandate of the woman.
Let me
I
ask
guess
you this,
because
what if
because I got like a little.
But the woman's not asking anything. My mom don't ask my dad for a thing. Never has.
So what if let's say your dad, at the age of 8, your mom and dad split.
Right.
He went off and got another relationship.
Yeah.
And he did that to you.
Like he broke it off with me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what's wrong with you? What do you mean?
Oh, okay.
you think you would have been cool?
As an 8-year-old kid,
Yeah.
yes.
And you were born into this marriage, like 2-parent household, all you know is mom and dad type stuff? And
Well, no,
then-
in her
marriage.
situation,
You gotta
situation
think
that she
about it.
because
You
she
gotta think
because she don't know
about
her
it.
biological father. She only
Correct.
knows her dad.
See, my mom and dad got married when I was 7. So
Oh,
at 8
okay.
years old, I would have been okay.
Okay, that changed the game then. So you were
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say at 14 is when he leaves. Then
7 years in.
So 14.
yeah.
No, it was still, I still have known him because I met my dad when I was 2. So I would have still known him.
Okay.
When you
For
say
that
you
amount of
met
time.
your dad, are we talking about a stepdad or like your...
My stepdad. I don't know my real father.
Okay.
So even at 14,
Yeah.
okay, so then you gotta consider other family dynamics with me too.
Mm-hmm.
I had one side of my family saying, that's not your real dad. That's not your real dad. So there was it was like an unknown feeling that I had, and it was built into me since I was a young kid.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it never affected my relationship with him, like him teaching me respecting him. Never.
Did you know this wasn't your real dad?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It was always taught to me that that's not your dad. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was also always taught to me on the other side that it wasn't my dad. So I built a relationship with him because it was my choice, and he showed me love.
Yeah.
There's nobody else that's going to ever take his place ever in my entire life.
So for him to say like he moved on, whatever, and he just like, forget the bond that we built, forget you choosing to deal with me when you know both sides done instilled in you that I'm not your biological father. I'm out of here and I want nothing to do with you or blah, blah, blah. Like you just gonna be like, oh, okay.
I would have to deal with it. I wouldn't have a choice.
You would, yes.
I would have to deal with it.
But you have to deal with it, but it's more to it than just dealing with it. Like,
No, I would have definitely been.
Because you got to figure, you're going to go through a grieving process.
Yeah.
It's literally a relationship. So you as a 14-year-old, even as a 7 or 8-year-old, you're going to have to go through a long process of not even really understanding, like, wait, hold on. Like, he used to do this. Like, why? Because you wouldn't have got a new family?
No, I would have been just dependent on my mother.
But even still, like, yes, of course, you're going to have to deal with it because those are the cards you're forced. Mm-hmm. But it's like you're still going to feel some type of way. Like you said, you're still going to grieve that because that is a relationship lost per se, or a relationship that you don't have anymore. So you're still going to feel a type of way that this man, like, I know he ain't my real dad. He been around. He showed me love. Like, we done built this bond for X amount of years. And now you just was like, fuck you. Like, what?
If he decided not to be with me, then he would have just decided not to be with me. Trust me. If he would have left, literally, my family would have stepped in to a point and consistently let me know he wasn't your real dad anyways. So at that age, at 14 years old, I would have just succumbed to what was already told from me, and I would have blocked off all communication because of the effect that they had on me as a kid.
Oh yeah, that would have affected you in the long run, though.
It might have, but
no
I'm telling you,
ain't no might, because that would have been trauma.
What would have been trauma?
Family, that's family coming in and immediately doing that to a kid.
Forget him. That wasn't your real daddy anyway.
That's trauma.
I mean, it would have affected me like when if I would have seen him on the street and be like, man, that was.
I'm talking about just even in adulthood. You figure if you would have went on into adulthood, into relationships, that would have affected you.
I wish my dad would.
I don't know. See, and it's hard for me to talk because the 14-year-old self and the self that I am now, I can't even remember that 14-year-old self in her feelings. Now, if I look back and like all the times I would have missed, because I've experienced it, it would have affected me because I would have missed it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have a traumatic childhood, would you say, per se?
No, it wasn't traumatic at all. I had a 2-parent household.
Well, your voice get all
they
high.
put me in private schools.
So would you say you had like a good upbringing?
I had a great upbringing. But at the end of the day, because of who my family was and who my family is, it wouldn't have fazed me.
So you feel like your family has like a big influence on you?
They definitely have a big influence on me.
Do or did?
Do.
Still.
Yeah. Now I'm an adult. So once I say what I say, then that's it. You know.
So they don't really have like such a big influence now.
Not as much as they did when I was 14.
But it's still there.
But it's still there. There's a certain level of attachment that is just like, yo, I don't care where you at. You ain't breaking this. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, I guess that is what plays into my decision. No, let this child know that that's not his, you know, that
Do you
he's
think
not
that's
their
healthy?
Father.
What?
What? What's not
Is
healthy?
what healthy?
What?
Her face got irritated real.
I was like,
What?
dang, what?
You pissed her off with that
I
question.
was like, what is not healthy?
Do you think it's healthy that like it's cool that their family has the influence, whatever, but the level of attachment that's there is basically like, and this is just my take, I could totally be wrong, right? But because it's so strong that it really determines some of the moves that you make, their opinion matters that much, based on the strong attachment that you said, that it does affect a lot of.
I don't want to say that it's not healthy. I wouldn't say that it's unhealthy either, you know, because at the end of the day, like, so some decisions that I made, I didn't go away to college. Because I asked my grandma, I said, Grandma, do you want me to go away? She was like, no.
Do you wish you would have?
No. Part of me does, and part of me doesn't. If I would have went away, I would have missed my grandmother dying, and that time that I needed to be able to take care of her. But I might have been a different person if I would have left. But I would have been filled with so much regret knowing that my grandma didn't have anybody to take care of her. So I don't regret it. You know. So, you know, this is all scenarios, and at the end of the day, none of that happened.
Well, the healthiness, that's not even a scenario. That's real life. I'm asking like, I'm asking like,
I don't think
legit,
it was
like if you think it's,
I don't
because do you think you base a lot of decisions on what your family is going to say, like what you think they're going to say, or based upon what they do say?
Oh, yeah. It took a lot for me to be able to make a decision for me and make a decision for them. Because I would have, when I made decisions, especially as a young girl and a young adult, I would say up until I got married. Yeah. And then sometimes even in the marriage. So it wasn't a full detachment. I would literally think like,
what are they going to say?
12 different, I had like 14, 20 different people in my head. Well, if I make this decision, this is going to affect my grandmother this way. This is going to affect my mother, my brothers and sisters this way. It's going to affect my father this way.
So how many is in your head right now?
Oh, it's just me now. It's just me and my son. Like, okay, what is this going to do? How's this going to affect my son? Those are usually, that's my go-to now. But it took a second for that to come off. So I guess maybe that's the reason why I have my opinion on that part of it, because I would rather the kid know the truth, and like, I just wouldn't be able to literally guarantee that I'm never going to say that ain't even your kid.
Because that's what was said to you.
No, there ain't got to be no Oprah moment about it. No.
No, I'm asking you.
No.
Do you think it's because that's what was said to you constantly?
No.
So you're basically repeating what happened to you.
No. I mean, that's because I'm not going to say that to the kid. You know what I'm saying? It was said to me as a kid.
Right.
I'm not going to say that to him as a kid. I would literally
you would just
talk
say that to the dude.
To the dude and say, listen, I understand this situation. I got it. I get it. I understand.
So essentially, it's still you projecting what was said to you.
Yes.
And this is my opinion. This ain't law. But I'm just saying, it just sounds like what was said to you for so many years, you're projecting that, whether it be on another child or on an adult, that's still you projecting as if though you think that man don't know that ain't his kid before getting with you and while being with you.
I just think you should just know yourself. That's what I think.
That don't make sense. What they got to do with what I just said?
You need to know that yourself.
But he does though, right? Like, let's just say, okay.
She talking about her.
I'm talking about
me.
Okay.
Listen,
well,
no, I agree with that.
If I freaking don't like apples, I'm not about to sit here and eat apples because that's what you a farmer and you create apples.
So what does those?
I'm not about to sit here and eat apples.
But what does that have to do with you telling another man that you know that ain't your kid or that ain't your kid?
I'm not going with the man who keep bringing me freaking apples.
I like apples.
I love apples, but
Kanisha.
I'm not about to sit here and do this.
Kanisha.
I'm not about to sit here and do this.
Kanisha.
If I know this man is a garbage man and he's going to come home smelling like garbage because I have such a sensitivity to my nose, I'm not about to sit here and try to marry a garbage man. I'm not about to do it.
I get that.
It's a preference.
I get that.
I don't want a man who's fathering somebody else's kid.
I wasn't even speaking to that, but I get it though.
Yes.
I get it.
Know
I
thyself.
wasn't speaking to that.
Know
but,
thyself.
but okay.
Right. Just know thyself. That's it. Know thyself. That's it.
There's a lot of topics brought up.
There was so many.
We need to. We're going to have. I think
This
the
could
next,
be like a part 2 type of thing.
Yeah, I think the next
definitely.
podcast.
This was good, though.
We're
This
going
was
to
good.
have probably the next couple because there's so many subjects when it revolves around family.
Yeah.
There's so many different scenarios that we could talk about. No, not could. We are going to talk about because they're actually really good insights and perspectives. I think out of us three, and I'm sure Nick, like we bring something
Different. Because your father that you say dad
yeah,
was technically your stepdad.
exactly.
So all of us have been in a situation where it's technically like a stepdad situation,
Yeah.
and it's three different. Well, I don't. You share the same view as Sayo. We didn't get your viewpoint on how you would do. Like, how would you feel?
If a woman was
I guess you were the one. The woman came to.
if I was
You was the
opposite.
woman.
What if she was mothering a kid that wasn't hers?
You was the woman,
Yeah.
and your baby daddy was taking care of another
see,
kid.
I would ask a lot of questions though, as far as like, what does that look like? Because I think for a man and woman, it just looks different.
It does.
I think it's a lot different.
But with all three of us being in the same similar situation,
Yeah.
like I got my viewpoint. I'm like, yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to do it. She like, how dare you?
Like,
How
I want to
dare
take
I?
pictures with the kid.
Yeah, let's take pictures. And I'm like, yeah, no.
Bring the kid over for Friday night movies.
Yeah. I think if it was a regular kid, like if he would have said, if it was
Regular
like
You mean a
kid.
regular kid?
I'm saying like if it was like a neighborhood, like if it was a neighborhood kid and then like he went and adopted the
well, that's
neighborhood
different.
kid, I would be able to do that.
That's different.
What?
Man, first
So
off,
the
that's-
only
Ain't that crazy?
So the only thing
Isn't
that is
that crazy?
keeping you from saying I'm all in is the fact that the parents used to have a thing. Because that's what I'm getting here. You said he could get a neighborhood kid off the street. He could have his own biological kids that he got 50, 11 of them,
just not one of his exes.
but not one of his ex's kids.
That's not his.
That's not
That
his.
means she cheated on you.
No,
Maybe
it
that's
doesn't.
what it
That was not the
is.
That's
scenario.
not the scenario.
Oh, that wasn't your scenario.
She came
You right.
into the relationship
Right.
with the baby.
You right, that wasn't the scenario.
Oh, God.
Shoot. I got a scenario in my head.
I don't know. That could be very detrimental to the child.
But that's why I said I wouldn't ask for him to dismiss the kid. I
In
would
a
just
sense,
leave.
you are telling him to dismiss the kid.
I would leave. That's what I'm telling you.
After she would leave after letting him know, you know that kid ain't yours.
He know the kid. He knows the kid
Yes.
is not his.
That was-
Right.
that was
And
my
this
So
is
say
the-
y'all 5 years in and you's like, all right, you know,
I
he
am
tell
not
you,
getting the 5 years.
Listen, let's just say I'm giving a scenario.
Well, that's impossible because I don't want to say impossible. I'm not getting the 5 years.
So he come into you like letting you know like, oh, I got a kid named Zena or whatever, you know, like she not really my kid, but like I'm only that. You know, I've been there in her life since she was 4 months, blah, 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 blah. Me and her mom used to date. I ain't been with her in 12 years, but I still, you know, take care of her because that's my baby. Like that's my daughter.
You want to know, maybe because I love a man that's at peace. Love a man. I love a man that's at peace. And because I love a man that's at peace, I try my best to be, not necessarily be his peace. And I know that's what you're supposed to be, but I don't like to cause drama within all of it, okay? I guess my biggest fear with the situation is that the real father is going to stand up and he's going to become obsolete in that kid's life.
That man ain't standing up after 12 years. That man ain't coming back after 12 years.
Yeah, what if
All
it's
right, say
not
the kid
12
did.
years?
Not the kid. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
It don't
say the kid's
matter.
dad is dead. You
It
said the
doesn't-
real father standing up. He ain't standing up. He dead.
If he's dead, then that's something different. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if he's dead. But I'm saying like in this scenario, the other father is still there. And he's just not stepping up. And so this one is deciding to, and it's not his kid. You know what I'm saying? As much as it sounds like I said, I just wouldn't be able to guarantee that I'm not going to say those words.
But what does that have to do with you, the real father standing up? What does that have to do with you?
It has nothing to do with me, but I said, because he's my man, if that real father decides to step up and now he's able to take legal action, you have no rights to this kid.
What if the real father on something like, hey, you've been in her life, you've been holding her down for 12 years, she got 2 dads.
And it's not, no.
Some people take that approach.
Some people may take that approach, but in my head, I'm thinking worst case scenario. That other dad comes and it's going to be some drama. Most baby daddy and baby mama drama
It's usually caused by the mom.
It's usually
caused by the mom.
whatever. It's usually
It's
some
usually
turmoil.
caused by the mom.
That's not all the time.
I didn't
Not
say
my
all the time. I
scenario.
said usually, and yours could be different. But
I
usually,
didn't cause no
what
issues.
man? Think about all the scenarios that you know of. Think about a
Yeah.
lot that you
It's
read.
usually that mama. She's not all the way there.
So listen. Okay, listen.
But like
So what
I
if the
said,
dad ain't coming in on no trash though? You still,
no, but in my scenario, I said I think worst case.
you
scenario.
just want to be forced to think this negative way.
yes.
Like you want to force
she's stuck
yourself
there. She's stuck
to
there.
be this
Okay.
way. And it doesn't have to be that way.
It doesn't
Friend,
have
that
to
is
be.
unhealthy.
It doesn't have to be, but you can't tell me it's not possible.
Blended views.
You can't tell me it's not possible.
Blended views.
Now, if he on some good kumbaya stuff and we all gonna be baby daddies together, okay, that's cool.
That ain't even making sense. To
What? Get me out of here.
We all gonna be baby daddies together. They gonna all be baby daddies together. Let's baby
As I
daddy,
stated,
let's baby daddy.
We gonna unpack a lot of these different subjects over the next couple of months.
Dang.
Yeah, I feel like we can get some guests on here too to talk about some of these things. This is a lot. I think we
Name
can,
some
we
points.
go
What was some
unpack
points what was some stuff
Okay.
we highlighted? I just want to know.
some good ones. Step parenting
Yeah,
and what that looks like.
right.
We'll say dating someone with a kid that's not like Sayo's situation, right? Also, I would love to discuss, we are going to discuss, because I really want to unpack the family dynamic of,
Influence.
no, that's another good one. That's actually a phenomenal one. I really wanted to, I have a lot of questions that I wanted to ask, a whole lot.
I'm sure.
But I time-wise held back. But so the influence one, Sayo with not knowing her other family
Yeah.
and
That hurts.
not being provided the opportunity. My
Doesn't
question
bother
was one question. I was going to be like, why not just reach out to the family and you can still discard him? But we'll get into that when we talk on another episode about that, because I'd love to hear your reasoning behind as far as why not go and explore that side of the family. Instead of saying I wasn't provided the opportunity,
Provide the opportunity.
go ahead and create the opportunity yourself, right?
Because I would discard. I don't need me personally. I really want to know the other family just from the grandmothers. I'm praying that my grandmas are still alive.
Yeah.
See,
So-
me, I don't know. Like, it's with the grandparents, and it's probably so selfish of me to say, but like, I don't want another one. Like, I don't want, even when like I was talking to my aunt and, she was bringing up her mom, who is clearly my paternal grandmother, I would still, and it wasn't anything that I was doing intentionally. It was just like, I was still addressing her. I was like, how's your mom doing? Like, is your mom okay? And so like, oh, how's grandma? Whatever. But like, I don't know. Like,
There's no connection there. That's why.
yeah, there's no connection. But even still, like, I don't,
You're emotionally detached from
I
her.
love
it's not emotionally detached. I don't know her.
Yeah.
She's a stranger. Like, she's literally a stranger to me. Like, that entire side of the family is strangers. But when it comes to like, I don't know, like, grandparents hold a special place in everybody's heart. So when it comes to my grandparents, like, I only grew up with my grandma and my grandpa. So when it comes to them, it's like I'm great. I don't want any.
Is
like,
it
I don't,
is it because that there's a fear of losing them again?
losing who?
Like losing your grandparents.
No,
See.
absolutely not.
That I would love to know I love grandmas. I take care. I love both of my grandmas.
Absolutely not.
So
like,
I just love grandmas. I just want to know who she is because there's so much history. I feel like when I look at my grandma, I see history.
That's how I feel about my grandma, like my mom's mom. Like, that's my dog. Y'all know how I feel about Jessie. Right. That's my girl. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm about to go to my grandma Luna's house. I don't even know if that's her name. I want to go to my grandma Luna's. Wait, when I say my grandma, everybody know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, everybody knows.
Jess. That grandma, Grammy, Jess. What grandma you talk? I don't know. And it's like probably childish, but like, I'm set in my ways when it comes to my grandparents. Like my grandpa, he passed this year, it'd be 2 years. I don't want to be like, oh, let me meet another grandpa. What? I did my time with Henry. He did his with us. God rest his wonderful soul. I don't want to be like, oh, let's meet another one. Oh, here's your nope. I'm good. Like, I'm great.
See,
like,
this is all stuff that we're gonna have to dig into all of this stuff. I think these are great conversations. Also, co-parenting. I think we need to have like a co-parenting episode with other parents who
don't got no kids.
That is weird. I need to unpack that though.
Because it's a lot. It's a lot.
Why
there.
can't I accept a kid?
Yeah.
That's not his, but I can accept him taking care of a kid down the street,
or taking care of yours,
or taking care of mine. Like that's
who is not his.
That's not his.
I can't wait till we do this episode again. I didn't even think about that one. You want to take care of your kid that ain't his, but he can't take care of the one that was here before your kid.
But we need Ofra here and Dr. Phil. Can y'all come on this show?
Don't come on here.
I want to know.
So it's like I said,
I might have to go to a psychologist for real and ask.
So y'all just be prepared over the next couple of weeks and when like
you got dig.
I'm not gonna be here for the next couple of weeks.
You're lying. We gonna be in there
deeper.
We digging deep in there. So y'all get ready.
What's that, man? What do you say that?
Bring your tissue booze.
Not P9.
Grab your wine.
You be like dig deeper. T-Sean, is that his name?
No, it's Chocolate City TV. Dig deeper.
Take your own self out. Take your own self out.
Hey, until next time, y'all. Play the moments, positive memories, stop the pain, keep the happiness on repeat. Charlie's Angels are already out. Or not Charlie's, Chocolate City's Angels. They left me preparing my meals. Chocolate City is out now too. Peace.
Push the on button. Go ahead. Reach over there and push your own button.
Whoa, wait. Before you cut it off, we just want to take the time to thank you for tuning in to another episode of Blended Views Unfiltered. We want to thank all of our faithful listeners and all of you who have not tuned in faithfully, but you're just now tuning in to all of our nonsense. My man Nick got a message for y'all.
Always remember, if you guys ever wanted to write into the podcast to just tell us about your relationship, ask us any questions, get our advice on everything. This is Blended Views, so we could give you a view that you might not see in your day-to-day relationship. Always remember, write us in at info@blendedviewsunfiltered.com. That is info@blendedviewsunfiltered.com. I would spell it. I don't know how to spell all of those words, so let's just keep it at info@blendedviewsunfiltered.com.
And he's not lying. Y'all know he struggles with that. So after y'all get done with all of that boring stuff and you want to just write in and tell me how delicious I look, make sure that you follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
And don't forget, we are streaming on all streaming platforms. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts at. Make sure you tune in, subscribe to every single channel as we release content every single week. Until next time, play the moments, positive memories, stop the pain, and keep the happiness on repeat. Peace.
Bye.